Mr. Wright.
Oh man, looks like she just found
Mr. Wright. You were amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just quote unquote doing my job, you know.
Did he quote unquote during the sentence?
There's just some really strange use of quoting in this game.
Well, no. Earlier when they're talking about Edgeworth, they said they were like guilty, quote, because his whole thing is like he frames people because he wants to win.
But I never say doing my job in quotes. That's weird. It's like it's like you mean it facetiously.
Are you working hard or hardly working? Old man joke number 20.
Yeah.
Then again, the other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips.
What?
It sent shivers up my spine.
And his lips. If you say so.
So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's... Oh, as you...
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May, he's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere.
I'm gonna miss her!
Oh, well, if she's arrested, that just means she's gonna need a trial.
Oh.
She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
One.
Counting on you.
That's how many of you there are at the end.
There's, yeah, one.
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. Tomorrow? It goes so fast. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. What does... Yeah, I think that's going to still bring up the glass.
Yeah, wait, okay, yeah, so on the diagram, if you're looking at it in the way that Miss May would have been looking at it, all the broken stuff was on the left and none of it was on the right. So... And we already clarified that she's referring to her left and right because it was asked during the court case.
But also, her left and right were the victim's left and right, from the perspective of the corpse at least.
Oh yeah, if she was facing away from the window.
But also, once again, dodging and running, then getting caught and hit are all things that don't fit within the view cone we see. So her testimony's like triple bullshit. But we haven't broken that part yet, because we didn't get to it. Any day now. I don't know how much good this will do to me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating.
Yeah, blow this popsicle stand.
Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free.
To be continued. Goodbye, everyone.
Now that's the save point.
Oh, we were really close to it.
Yeah, because I did a manual save there. I didn't know. We transitioned scenes, so I thought that was, you know. But these checkpoints don't mean much now that since we have manual saving anyway. And I think this made, even if you couldn't manually save on the DS, but maybe you could. But if you couldn't, I think the DS just had a sleep feature. Because on a DS you figure it's session based, so you probably aren't necessarily expected to beat the like 90-minute segment in one sitting all the time. But if it's handheld, I think you could just like sleep your DS and come back to it and relaunch.
Unless you were on a road trip to Disneyland or something like that.
The true struggles of small children trying to get through goddamn drives. I have this weird cataclysmic memory where I was probably wasn't Pokemon. I was probably playing Golden Sun 2. But it was a game as a Game Boy Advance game, so it's not backlit. And we were driving through these free roads, the freeways / highways in Texas, where it's just flat nothingness in every direction. And the sun went down, so I had no light. And then a storm started, and so there was just this nightmare thing where like it was like a flash flood throughout that area of Texas, where we were on like a levee, and below that levee was just mud cracked ground for like as far as you could see in every direction before it went dark and then wet. And like before long, like the water was kind of just splashing up on the sides of the roads. Like the entire area had flooded, and that's why the entire road was raised like 5 feet in the air, was because the area just floods. Like it's a goddamn cataclysm. But eventually I got bored / it was just so long and also dark, and I couldn't really see it that well. So I went back to trying to play my game. And so I'm just like struggling in the middle of the storm to hold my in like an eye damaging sort of way, my Game Boy Advance at the window to try to see what was happening on the screen in the moonlight while in the middle of a storm.
That's the struggles of being like a kid during that time that no one will understand. You youngins don't understand now, but I remember having to wait between streetlights.
Yeah,
like I'd make a move in Pokemon, and then I'd keep driving, or my family would drive, and then it'd be like another streetlight, and then I could like make another move, and then I had to like wait again until we got to like another streetlight.
You're stuck playing a no backlight handheld console.
Gosh, man, when the backlight like
in a car
existed, I thought it was like. It was like this. It was like the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah,
it was like the best situation.
I lost my mind when I got a worm light.
Oh yeah, I had one of those too.
Yeah, it was like purple and squiggly.
Basically a book light, but we were not reading books because that's lame. Because cool kids play their Game Boys and they don't read books. They don't use book lights for books. They use it for video games.
Kiki's just rolling and sneezing in the background.
Dude, what a life.
Just rolling and sneezing.
He's a
detention center.
A nerd. September
7th.
Well, hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this.
Dank,
it's the
bro. Same fucking guard. It's the only employee here.
It's really quite moving. Not, you stinking lawyer. I hope you die. Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fallen Miss May.
No, not really. There's something I wanted to ask.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head?
Here we go again, with her inability to insult.
Well, apparently being spiky head is like... Because like the judge was like, don't say mean things about him.
Yeah.
When she said that earlier.
It's the ultimate shame in San Francisco society is to have spiky a cowlick.
Hair, I guess.
How could you? Please, you're scaring the security guard.
He looks so scared. Yeah. Oh, look at him. He's scared stiff. Dude.
Yeah. He's so stiff that he hasn't moved a muscle. He'd be a terrible security guard if he was afraid.
What if you just run past him?
My God, this pink lady, she yelled something. I'm terrified.
I'm scared. I've dealt with murderers and thieves, but never with a pink-haired lady before. So, what is it you wish to ask of me then?
For starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked? Damn. Rude.
Being a hot girl makes you automatically whacked.
Yep.
That's the stereotype, isn't it?
Examine. Sir. This guard monitors the visitor room. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy. Or maybe he just doesn't get to see a lot of women like Miss May in here.
So what? So he's
just staring her down.
Scared?
Smile for the camera.
We did that one already.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to look at.
This music.
Do.
That man. About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Who is he? Come on.
No way, Jose.
Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Does the hotel have records, I wonder?
You're gonna have to go like... probably. Honestly, that's probably what you should do.
Yeah.
But I bet you have to go give her something or get something for her.
I haven't gotten to choose where to go yet. Or I probably can now that Move popped up. But they just defaulted to taking me here. So I think they intended for me to talk to her first. Why did you place a wiretap on Mia's phone?
Aw. When you say it like that, it sounds so cold. So criminal.
Yeah, well, you tapped her phone and then she was murdered? Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May.
Oh. I suppose you learned that in lawyer school.
Yep, that's the place. That's what they call it.
Creep.
Damn. Woman's impossible to talk to. You're talking to her right now. Checkmate, Phoenix. Say, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person.
Ooh, that does it. Bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer.
Bottom?
I'm at least in the middle.
I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers or just against me? I mean, she did have like a weird boner for lawyers. She was so excited about the idea, but she was also probably faking it because she knew that she was the criminal the whole time.
Yeah.
That was probably just her acting up.
I see. Is it? Once again, I thought it was present.
Yeah,
I was like, present?
I'm gonna give her a present in this dating sim. Did you know I'm a lawyer?
I don't know if there's anything you could. Hey, guess what? Actually, I really hate your guts. So get lost because, well, I'm not cooperating.
Thanks, I noticed. Yeah, it's going to. Yep, nope, she's not. Probably not gonna be able to talk to her about anything. Well,
I love her.
Just gotta go find something devastating to ruin her with. At the hotel. Obviously.
The screwdriver's still there.
Yeah, even though she's not staying here, I guess it's a crime scene kind of now.
And that champagne's still closed.
Yeah, it's still set. The table's still set up for 2 people, even though one of them's in jail and it's been days. Although, as far as preserving the scene goes, it's really convenient how we go from an arrest to a trial in like 24 hours, and so like the spooky hotel room that we have no reason to think is part of the crime scene hasn't changed yet. Like this universe has some advantages.
Oh, welcome, sir.
You're not off the hook yet. Buddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you kind of did some fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
Quite the performance today, if I do dare say so myself.
I want to point out the judge didn't even react at all.
No.
When it was made clear that Edgeworth was coaching the witnesses to obscure information on purpose.
Yeah, he was not reprimanded for that.
Yeah, he knew that information was important to the case, and he specifically told them not to reveal it, which means that's full on not the pursuit of the truth at all. Oh, thanks. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that.
Why? Don't be sorry. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Great Waters rep, as they say.
Huh?
No publicity is bad publicity, am I right? Watergate Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that. I think that hotel actually is like amazingly expensive to stay at as a result of the scandal.
Because of all the murder.
Yeah. Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It will be great for business, sir.
Whoa. Miss May has been charged with murder.
I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee.
Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream?
So, you are our honored guest. Please let me know if there is anything I could bring you.
He wants to solve the murder, although he's biased in favor of her being convicted just because it'll make them famous. But that makes him 100% more cooperative than her.
Yeah.
Let's get some dirt. About Miss May.
Oh, her? So, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said.
Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a creep.
Correct. I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May.
Yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger. Yeah, nice pink lapels, buddy. Super
pink lapels of
dangerous.
Danger. There we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy.
If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him.
I mean, judging by what we saw, yeah. Wasn't he also pink? Like his hair was or something?
See, that's why they're of the same ilk. It's because they both are. The danger is pink. The pink is danger.
A photo. Wait, is this all a reference?
What do you mean?
The thing I said about a study in pink. I referenced the idea of like what if the word was like spelling out more than just Maya or whatever. But like the fact that there was a person who's dead and they're both dying, they wrote out some word. And like there's the Sherlock thing where it's like, oh, it's Rache, German for revenge and stuff like that. But like she wrote Maya, and instead of being somebody dressed in pink or with a pink suitcase or whatever, it's everyone in this case for some reason is pink.
I think that's coincidental.
And there's a lot of.
I think it's just an aesthetic going on.
There's no one with pink in the last case.
Well, yeah, but this is a. I don't know. It's just for fun. It's just funsies.
Yeah. Well, what if I told you that Sherlock Holmes also has a story about a series of statues where one of them has important stuff in them, but there's a series of identical ones, and the killer was trying to find the stuff in the statue?
I mean, that's pretty, that's interesting. Okay, so I don't know, it gets to a point where it's like, that's so foundational to everything in this genre that it's like saying like, oh, well, look at all this stuff that relates to like a Shakespeare play. And it's like, well, yeah, everything written after a certain point like is partially referential to it only because it was like the basis for how we write plots, I think like Sherlock Holmes is so foundational to like the genre of mystery that it's like
if a couple
it gets so tropey.
If a couple like pretended to poison themselves to get out of their family engagements, but then end up actually committing suicide, I'd be like, seems a little like the Thing from the stuff.
A little on the nose.
It's a little like there's some of these elements individually could point one way, but when they all stack up, you start to be like,
I suppose so. I suppose so.
Could you tell me about this hotel?
Absolutely. And on that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. Let's call it the Watergate. I propose that we add a subtitle.
A subtitle?
The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. Well, what do you think?
I think I don't fucking run this place. So
yeah, I know, like, why are you asking me?
Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set. What?
Like, whatever floats your boat, but he has a tea set.
Oh yeah, he does have a tea set. Right. I guess that is why he said that. I was thinking just in terms of Japan. And
wow, their expressions are a lot different.
Yeah, I was like, why is that a thing? I feel like that wouldn't float. Like, it'd be really a sad day for those cookies. Lost to the bottom of the Nile. We're at the Nile now. Huh? There's still a screwdriver stuck in that drawer.
Oh, please leave that as it is, sir. That's the drawer of terror, hiding place of the murderer's wiretap. It's said to become one of the most popular attractions here.
This guy's serious. I don't believe it.
Yeah, but you can't just let us look at it, dude.
Yeah.
People who are gonna stay in this room are gonna fuck it all up.
They're gonna have to super glue it all down.
Yeah.
A vase, as expected.
As expected.
I'm not good with flower names, except maybe tulips and sunflowers. What a weird thing to say. A vase, as expected.
A vase, as expected.
A still life. We've already, yeah. So the stuff from last chapter says it's new again when it's not.
I'm still mad about my still life answer yesterday during fucking
Oh,
Drawful.
when we were playing Drawful.
Yeah, somebody drew a vase and some like a pitcher and some fruit, and I was like, it's still life, which is way too classy of an answer for fucking Drawful. It was like, what was it, like fruit water or something? I thought it was like a reference to like to a still life painting. But I'm just, obviously, I was like, all right.
With the people we were playing with, I don't know if they would have drawn that even if they got the prompt still life.
Yeah, that's true. I should know.
Yeah.
I should know better. I should,
Yep. Nice weather again today. I can see the Faye and Co. law offices, of course.
Oh yes, we plan to install a telescope in that window, of course.
To just...
That's kind of... People still work there, dude.
Yeah. We're not gonna preserve the crime scene, and like the corpse is gonna get buried or cremated.
Just $5 will earn you 3 minutes of a view to a kill for. I like that better.
I thought they were gonna let people stay here.
I don't know. Fucking this guy's a wackadoo.
They said we could charge a premium for that room, but now it sounds like they're gonna have a telescope and like a museum set up in
even
here.
If you're in that room, you have to pay $5 to use the telescope.
Yeah, it's like, can other people use the telescope when someone else is staying in that room?
I guess you can stay at the Shining Hotel.
Yeah. But
Damn, I would fucking love
that. But that's
that.
also not the sign of. That's also not the scene of a murder.
No,
it's just a set.
That's on a side note, but
Like a place where they filmed something.
I guess I don't know if I remember this right, but that one room with the woman in the bathtub,
Yeah.
they won't let people ever rent that room, ever, because they're actually they're afraid of that room.
Oh, I thought they were worried people would try to recreate it.
No, I just think they're actually scared of it.
Oh.
Either that, or they changed the numbers to where you won't know if you're renting it or something. They did something
Maybe.
to where, but like they're afraid of that one.
I figured they probably weren't afraid, but instead they were afraid somebody might just kill themselves in that room.
Well, no one kills themselves in that room.
The woman in the bathtub wasn't that a suicide?
I don't know. I just remember that one. That's the scariest part for me as a kid. The naked lady in the bathtub, whose like back is all fucked up. Oh, I wonder which room is the dog blowjob room. I want to stay in that one.
Blowjob room. Well, it's visible from a great distance because that's what the shot was.
I'm gonna go to the hotel and like scope it out.
It's at like the end of a hall or something.
I'll find it.
I think.
Just kidding, sir. Oh, so he's kidding about the fucking telescope.
Good thing we spent all that time on it.
Well, it was a fascinating idea.
By the look in his eyes, I'd say he was more than serious. Triple plot twist, damn.
A lot of hotels don't even have like a 13th floor because they'll just go from like 11 to 12 to 14.
Which is funny because
there's a lot of superstitions.
That just means they do have a 13th floor.
Yeah, it's just you don't call it the 13th floor because that's gonna fix it apparently.
Or the 13th floor is like the air conditioning unit.
Yeah, maybe.
Which means it's pumping evil gas into all of the other floors. A bottle and 2 glasses rest on the table. Why hasn't he cleaned up these by now?
Wow, he's thinking of everything we're thinking of.
Yeah, Phoenix isn't completely deranged. He's just bad at being a lawyer.
Oh, so he's trying to preserve these two.
Yeah.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir, but if you could please refrain from touching those. It's part of the decor. I call it the last drink before murder.
But they never opened it.
Will be famous, the talk of the hotel industry. That's a stupid idea. I'm sorry.
They never opened the champagne though.
Well, it looks like it's closed still, but
yeah. Champagne is very visibly opened once it's opened.
Well, maybe there's
even if you put the cork back in, like all the shit on top is like torn off.
It's all ripped up. Yeah,
because it's like a bunch of like paper.
I had to open that champagne yesterday, and I got too scared, so I went outside, and the neighbors were out, and I had to very awkwardly like hold it between my knees on the grass, and I like gingerly tried to pry the top off because I was so afraid of it like punching me in the face. But I was like, of course, the neighbor that always wants to talk to me is out now. Is the cop across the street, and I was like, don't look at me while I do this awkward.
Oh, you went
thing.
out in the front?
Yeah.
When you said outside, I just assumed you went in the backyard.
No, they just watched me.
If you're confused at home about the drawful and champagne, it's because there was
a birthday, a quarantine birthday.
There was a quarantine birthday.
We made the best of it.
We dressed up the dogs.
Yeah.
In little sweaters. Simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. I've discovered nothing. Nothing!
Nata.
Dang. What can we present to this guy? Because he's cooperative. The wiretap.
I'm sorry. All I could think about during the trial was the hotel. I wasn't paying much attention to the evidence. What the fuck?
You're
participating. You know, I'm always worried that if I never had to do jury duty. I've gotten out of it every time. But I'm always worried that if I had to go see like a case, I would like zone out during it, and then I'd be like, "Fuck, I don't know what." Like, this is so boring. I don't know what my decision should be.
That's a real thing. Is they talk about? I think that actually came up during the People versus O.J. Simpson series.
People were zoning out during that one. That seems like
that's the idea. Is that there's an issue where like the people that actually were on the right side of things. Like, they had these long, drawn-out explanations about how this couldn't possibly be true, and this has to be true, and here's the reasons why, and so on. And their opponents used to use fucking catchphrases. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit, and stuff like that. And, like, because it's such a long, drawn-out process, that just being catchy, essentially, just kind of makes things feel right. And then when it comes down to the actual jury experience, which is a bunch of people just get thrown in a room and they just have to argue about the thing, like, a lot of it comes down to just kind of like, I don't know, I feel this way, is how a lot of the decisions are made.
That's so terrible.
No, it's horrible. A bunch of people that don't know what they're talking about often have to make calls based on information that they barely understand, and probably like tuned out during, like, it's a long lecture. Like, there's a lot of similarities between like a high school class and a courtroom, and like the people in the jury are similar to the students in a high school class, where they just like get bored and fall asleep and tune out,
chewing gum and passing notes,
just fucking like tune out a bunch of the information and then like latch onto whatever.
Well, and then
cross that with like the way that people deal with politics and stuff, where it's like they just like dig their heels in and really stubbornly commit to one idea that they often thought before the whole thing started and everything.
Well, it's easier than learning a new idea.
Like, it's largely shown that evidence doesn't really change people's minds, so oftentimes the entire thing's kind of a farce because the jury just kind of has already made up their minds from the get-go.
Well, I guess the other part was like, this was before forensic evidence was like considered to be like interesting and fun, like CSI.
Yeah.
So I guess that was like one of the biggest things, was like the forensic evidence was not only something that they couldn't relate to or understand, because it was like one of the first cases in which it was like it was used so publicly, but then also they were not at all interested in it because there's so much science. They were talking about science, and like these people were so bored with the science they didn't pay attention to any of it and what it implied.
Yeah, I do feel like that would excite the shit out of me.
I know, right? Now,
like,
see, now people would be, I think, would be way more excited because they'd be like, "Oh yeah, like that." Like, I've seen that in TV shows. But like back then, they're like, "I don't know what this fucking means."
Blood spatter patterns.
Like fingerprint, now, like they're like DNA, and they're like, "I don't know anything about this. This isn't interesting to me." O.J. Simpson played football. That's fun. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about how great he was in all those commercials he starred in, and how much we like him because he's charismatic.
I wonder if any of this is even useful at all. They're just saying that he's useless. You piece of shit. Why do you exist?
I'm surprised he wasn't thinking about dem titties.
Damn titties.
That's all I could talk about.
That's what the whole audience of identical brown-haired people were all talking about.
Don't pick on the cute girl.
I'll go to my office, I guess?
Well, they cleaned up the body, so...
Yeah. Looks like forensics is taking the day off today. Detective Gumshoe's nowhere in sight. The police really gave this place a working over. I doubt there are any valuable clues left. Suppose it can't hurt to take a look around, though. It is I, the eye looker. The sky is so blue and so am I.
No. I'll be so blue.
Oh no. It's her favorite plant that I've got to water now.
And won't you feel guilty if it dies?
Yeah. Oh no. It's the last thing left of her.
Dude, when I was in high school, one of the teachers'
some of these files missing?
Ooh.
No, I'm actually thinking.
Oh, nah, they got us. Fuck you. Oh, man. I still want to know what that movie poster is. But I was gonna say, in high school, one of the teachers' son got in a motorcycle accident and like he passed away. So they planted a memorial tree for him on the side of the school, but they didn't plan it right to where the side of the school was the side that got no light, and the tree died. And it was the saddest thing. I was like, what? How could you guys let the tree that was representing the student die? You guys had one job.
I thought it way grimmer than that.
What? So that someone ran into the tree? And
I was thinking about the horrible irony of like, what if a tree planned to commemorate the death of a student, then was hit by somebody and that person died?
It was also another student.
And so now there's like, the tree is a memorial to one person, but there's like one of those like roadside shrines at the memorial to the other kid for the other kid. It's just like there's no right.
You just keep adding trees, and eventually you have a forest of death. Just caused
Jesus Christ.
Make my new book about that.
The only thing that's missing is Mia.
Mamma Mia, here we go again. My. How could I resist you?
I don't know any more of the song because that's the part.
That's all I know. I never watched that.
Don't listen to ABBA.
Is it a play? It's a movie. I know that.
I think it's just movies first. I think it's just like Across the Universe, but for ABBA.
No, well, no, because it's not about ABBA.
Across the Universe isn't about the Beatles.
Well, I guess not.
It's just a musical that's entirely Beatles music. I think Mamma Mia is a musical that's entirely ABBA music.
Okay, I might be wrong, but I thought all that music was written for Mamma Mia and not like it wasn't like predated.
Is ABBA still around? Because there was a Mamma Mia like 2 years ago.
Well, they keep remaking it.
No, that was a sequel to the other one.
Well, no, they
with like the same cast.
I think they remade it again. They remade it once, I think. I don't know. I've never seen that one. I'm not a big. I actually do like ABBA though. That was pretty cool.